Hello, I'm here to do my weeks 13 through 15 pregnancy update with baby number 3. So overall, these last couple weeks were really good. I have like nothing bad or complaining to say so much. I do have one symptom that came these weeks. I think it started week 13 that I've had in every pregnancy so far, and it pretty much lasts the whole entire pregnancy after it starts. But I think it's what some people or some women call indigestion, I think. I just call it like a sluggish digestion. Like it's pretty much every time you eat, especially if you eat like a big meal, you get like really bloated and it just takes forever for your body to like digest the food you ate. And you just feel full for a really long time and very uncomfortable if you eat a big meal. So that's been happening, which is hard because I'll feel like so hungry. When you get hungry, you're like hits like an instant and you're just like famished, and then I feel like eating a ton of food, and if I do, I regret it. So I need to like make sure I take it easy on the food. And what else? Oh yeah, and also like that's also due to like the sluggish digestion is due to like your body pulling out all the nutrients and all your food for you and the baby. And it's also due to my like uterus growing so much and like pushing up against all my like intestines and stuff. So yeah, and I have felt the baby like, or my uterus I should say, growing a lot these last couple weeks, like a lot of stretching and kind of like crampy feelings. What else? So my cravings have gone like pretty much away. Like I don't want Chinese food anymore, like not like I did in the first trimester. Like it doesn't even really sound good anymore. And pizza, I still like pizza, but I'm not like liking it like I did in the first trimester. I just have an easier time controlling my cravings after I finish the first trimester for some reason. Happened in my other pregnancies too, so must be just something with me. I'm still running about 4 to 5 times a week in the mornings. Lately my husband has been having to get up or go be at work at 6 in the morning, so I've had to get up at like 4:25 to make sure I like get it in and get home before he has to leave. So that's been tiring. So I've every once in a while I'll take a nap for just like an hour or something because that's really early. I haven't done any toning lately. Like I used to do just some like toning exercises just to work your arms and like other muscles that you don't normally use when you're running, just to stay in shape. And I still want to do that because you can still totally do that while you're pregnant, but I haven't really yet. I know I can do it at home, but I'm just too lazy and don't feel like it when I'm home. I'm very not motivated when I'm not like in a gym or have someone be like doing it with me. So I should really start that up again. I did have, oh my gosh, I don't know what that was. Sorry about that. I think it was my son's play gun. I had a maternity buy this week, or what I'm gonna call maternity buy, since like every store is having lots of sales. The one thing I like to wear a lot while I'm pregnant, especially in the winter-ish, spring, fall time, is yoga pants. Like that's what I lived in last time when I had my son, who was born in January. His birthday's actually on Saturday. But Victoria's Secret has their big like annual sale now, so I really want to try some of their yoga pants because everyone says they like love them, they're good quality. And so I got a pair that hopefully if I get a maternity or a belly shot in here, I'll put it in here and you can see what the pants look like on. But this is what the band looks like anyway. And I actually really like them. I recommend them if you are into that or like yoga pants. But definitely get like the flap over. I don't, for some reason it makes them way more comfortable on my waist. And this is like really thick. It's like a really thick flap and it's like huge. I don't know, you probably won't be able to tell. You'll probably be able to tell in the picture, but it's like really, it's a really big flap. And it's just really structured and it's not like a flimsy material, so it's really supportive. So I really recommend those. Those were just a regular, I think they're like boot cut and a small, and they fit really well. And then I got another pair at Aerie, which I'd gotten their leggings before, which I liked. It also has the like little flap over material, but it's like really flimsy and it's not as big, like it's quite a bit shorter. And I didn't like them quite as much, like I'm kind of pulling at them. They're not quite as stretchy, so I was like pulling at them around my waist when I would eat something and sit down, and they were like getting uncomfortably tight. So don't recommend those so much, but the Victoria's Secret ones were nice. And I'm glad I got them because I will wear them a lot. What else? Oh, so I had a midwife appointment today. And I'll be 16 weeks tomorrow. Total weight gained at my scale, when I weigh myself like way in the morning before I eat anything, bladder's empty, I'm 122, which would be 2 pounds up, and that's what I've been like for a while now. I think since 13 weeks. And then when I went to my appointment this like during the day, it was 124, so I don't know, whatever you want to call that. I usually just go by my very first weight because I feel like that's the true weight. What else? Oh, so we do like the pee strip thing that you do in an office in like a, you know, your OB's office, but like you never see the pee strip, where in the midwife's office she like gives you the strip and you look at these different colors, which mean the different things that she tests, or it tests for, and then you compare it to the bottle, which has like if it gets any darker, if any of them get a little bit darker, there's like different levels of darkness, and the darker they are, like the more whatever that is in your urine, like the protein, if it's like really dark, the protein's like a lot. And it tests for like 4 or 5 different things. So I thought one of them looked a little bit darker when I showed it to her. She's like, oh yeah, you look like you have some leukocytes. I think that's how you pronounce it, leukocytes. But it was like the very first level of dark, so it really wasn't that bad. She said it's just white blood cells, I guess. Or white blood cells in your urine. And so I was like, what does that mean? She's like, well, it would indicate that you might possibly be getting like a urine tract infection or urine infection. And she asked about all the other symptoms, for a urine infection. I was like, no, I actually don't feel any of that. So she's like, it's very common to lose some when you're pregnant, so she didn't think it was a big deal if I didn't feel anything else, which I didn't. So just something to look out for, I guess, which was kind of odd. I've never had that happen before. Oh, so I haven't been feeling the baby move much. Like I feel like brushes against my uterus. Like it sounds funny, but I know what to feel for. So like I can feel like brushes, but not really like what I would call movements. Not as much as like I feel like I felt it way more when I was 13 weeks. Go figure. And that was only like twice. So I've been like waiting to feel for it. I'm like, why am I not feeling this? Like this, it's just kind of weird. I thought for sure I would have been feeling it pretty strongly now. And then when she tried to hear the heartbeat, it took her a little bit again, like it did the first time, which was making her super nervous. And then she was like, it sounds like the baby's far away. And I was telling her how everyone's saying I'm really small, like for how far along I am, like I don't really have a bump and I feel like I'm small. But I'm like, okay, maybe it's just because the baby hasn't had a growth spurt yet or something, but I feel like I'm small still. And then she's like, I think you have an anterior placenta. So the placenta is like on the front of my belly, like in front of the baby. That's why you can't hear the heartbeat very much. And she said it's also probably why like my uterus hasn't fallen forward and showing a bump, because the baby's like towards the back of the uterus. So it's like making the whole uterus tip backwards and not falling forwards yet. Like the baby has to just get a little bigger, like probably I think by 20 weeks. I don't know, we'll see. I've never had an anterior placenta before, so this is new to me. It also makes, like from what I've heard from other people, I don't know, but they say it's pretty hard to feel the baby's movements. So I'm like, I was like really disappointed to hear that, because I'm like, man, like feeling the baby's movements is probably about the most exciting thing besides like having your baby. Like it's just so cool to feel. So I was like really disappointed. I'm hoping I'll still be able to feel even with the placenta in front. And as far as I know, I haven't done research on this yet, but when you have like wherever your placenta is, it'll pretty much stay there. It could move up because your uterus grows, so it'll like move up a little bit, but I like don't think it'll like move so much as it'll move way to the side. Maybe it'll move a little bit, but I don't know, I was kind of disappointed. So that happened. The baby's heartbeat was 152, which I actually didn't look at what the heartbeat was. my last baby at this point. Usually my babies are around 140s, somewhere in there. It's always around 40 something. So it's a little bit high for my babies, but it's not really too off. And she also said my blood pressure was pretty low, but she didn't like say anything else about it, so I'm not worried. So yeah, that was pretty much what happened at my appointment, and I think that's all I'm gonna talk about this time. I feel like this was long again. I'm sorry. So yeah, I think, like I said, I'll probably do it in 2 weeks instead of 3 weeks. And yeah, I've been like finding a lot more moms that are due around my time, so that's like really exciting for me. I love watching their videos. Like, yeah, it's my TV since we don't actually have TV in our household, but it's like my fun TV because they're little 5-minute episodes that are doable. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you want to see more, you can subscribe or like or whatever. I always forget to hit the like button on people's. I'm trying to remember now. It's like I do like them. I don't know why I'm not hitting that button. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Bye.